Hi, I'm Joan Newcomb, and today's morning musings is judgment and comparisons. I'm doing a series of morning musings, and I'm using posts from my blog, Adventures in Density and Effort, as inspiration. Now, I wrote these a while back, and the world has completely transformed since then. So if I encounter anything that is out of date, I will interrupt myself and give you the most recent information. At the end, if necessary, I will summarize the topic based on what's going on in the world today. Also, I have some special offers, so stay tuned to the very end to see what they are. Judgment and comparison. As we grow up, we learn that things are good and things are bad. What those things are vary from family to family and from culture to culture. In the US, it's good to be thin. In parts of Asia, having an obese spouse is a status symbol, partly because it means you can afford to feed them. You go to school, and the good things and the bad things you learn at home are often different from what the school may say is good or bad, and what each of your friends think are good or bad. Maybe at home, children are seen but not heard. Yet the only way to get your teacher's attention is to raise your hand and speak up. Your friends' families have different religions, politics, and other beliefs. It's all very confusing. Although the US isn't supposed to have a caste system, we at least have a couple. We have educational and economic castes, and ancestral ones as well. The educational caste says that having a PhD and teaching at a university is the best. Ironically, this doesn't always coincide with being paid very much. The economic caste says that having a six-figure income and all the material symbols to go along with it is the best. The ancestral caste is pretty strong. You're better if your family came over on the Mayflower. And people create their own comparisons. It's good to be middle or even lower class, because then you're real and you work hard for your money. Rich people are just disconnected and materialistic. It's better to be ethnic. White people are boring. For some, it's okay to seem well off as long as you really aren't. When you begin to grow spiritually, all these judgments and comparisons start to break down. As you energetically expand, these limiting beliefs crumble like ancient sheetrock. It can be very confusing and disorienting. Sometimes you know the truth, that it's all an illusion, but the perceptive reality in front of you is like a concrete brick wall. Situations arise to bring these to light, and they seem so real. Often one loses everything in the process of gaining their spiritual essence. Things once fought so hard to gain or attain get taken away. Divorce, being fired or laid off, bankruptcy, illness, all occur so that you can break free of these illusions. Then there's a kind of coming full circle with it all, gaining back some of the things you've lost, but with a different awareness or depth of appreciation. Imagine rising above your current situation and looking down at your life. Lift the roof off the illusion and see all the judgments and comparisons as walls of energy. It's like looking at a labyrinth. When you're down in the midst of it, you scurry along corridors created by your judgments. These thoughts lead you in one direction. Different set of beliefs open doors to other hallways. You can only get rich by working hard, and only at the end of your life. You have to be beautiful in order to be popular. People only respect you if you act within a certain behavioral boundary. Looking down at your self-created maze, imagine what it would be like if you allowed parts of it to dissolve. Notice how the energy flows differently when you do. Feel the expansion that occurs when you drop those walls. You may create the illusion of others outside yourself reacting to your changes. Something must be wrong with you. You're too happy. You must think you're better than them now that abundance is flowing for you. You may be dismissed as flaky or a free spirit because you change so rapidly. Those others are just reflections of the same limitations you're releasing. As you continue to let go, naysayers disappear from your life or change into cheerleaders. It's all just a wonderful, amusing game. Some clues as to whether you're in the maze or out of it. How dense do those walls look? Does it feel frustrating? Is it really hard or difficult? Do you know better, but you're still butting your head against those things? Are you finding it exciting or amusing? Is it still challenging, but you don't care? Is your heart opening and you feel neutral about suffering? Do you feel connected with consciousness? Do you feel that you are consciousness? It doesn't really matter. It's all a lovely ride. So if you notice anything or if you have any answers to those questions, please leave a comment below. I love to read your comment. And if you want a free sample of one of my consciousness techniques, click on the link below to the skybox technique. It'll give you an expanded perspective of your life. And if you'd like to have some manifestation techniques, Manifesting Money and Miracles is my self-study course. You learn how to shift vibrations within you, which completely transforms your external reality. And if you want to know more, my website is joan-newcomb.com. I do individual sessions where I take a look at the essence of who you are and what's going on in your life today. And I can answer any questions you might have, and it's recorded just for you. And if you want to know how to do this for yourself, My self-study course, Manifesting Money and Miracles, is a great preparation for my coaching special where I work with you one-on-one and give you specific consciousness techniques for you to transform your life. So go to my website, joan-newcomb.com, and I'll see you tomorrow in another Morning Musings.